filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Yeah.
All right, hey everybody.
I'm Matthias Maloff.
And I'm Alex Kruger.
And this is Evening Beverages. Good evening, everybody. So, today is the 31st of July, and so we realized that last week we forgot to do the catchphrase of the evening.
Oops.
Yeah, so we're going to double it up this episode.
So, good luck, guys.
Yeah. So, let's get started. Our first word or catchphrase of the evening is cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So every time we say cool, take a drink. Now our second word of the evening is going to be yeah.
Yeah.
So every time we say cool or yeah, take a drink.
Like I said, America, good luck.
Yeah, you guys are going to get smashed tonight. Yeah.
Cool.
So let's get started with our drink of the evening. And our drink of the evening tonight, Alex, what's that going to be?
Oh, man. Well, it's kind of a combination between an old fashioned and a Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either going to be an old Hatton or a man fashion.
What about Manhattan fashion?
Oh, I like that.
Well, here's the drink. And here's how you make it.
Look at it.
Yeah. Now here's us making it.
Pour 2 ounces of dark rum over frozen cubes of OJ. Where's 2 ounces? Add a splash and a half of grenadine. Ooh, that's pretty. And add the garnish.
All right.
All right. Well, let's try this thing,
I'm
huh?
so excited.
I'm a little scared.
I am so ready for this.
All right. I don't know if you want that one.
That's the one you made.
I always get stuck with this.
And this is the one for me.
One of these times, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do a little switcheroo, a little shell game.
Never gonna happen. Clinkies, evening beverages. It's a little tangy.
A little tangy, got a little spice in the back there.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be really good with like cake.
Sure, like any kind of cake, really.
Or like a spice cake.
Ooh,
You
yeah.
know?
Ooh, or like pumpkin pie.
Ooh, that would be good. Yeah, it's a very fall beverage, it feels like.
Totally autumnal.
Yeah.
Clinkies.
All right, well.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and everybody, let's get this party started. And speaking of which, today is today, but it's also a holiday because every day is a holiday. So what are the holidays for today? Well, we'll tell you
Right now.
So our first holiday of the day is, it's National Avocado Day.
Oh.
So hooray for avocados.
Hey, 1 second.
Avocado Day.
Avocado Day.
It's also Raspberry Cake Day.
Hold on 1 second. I don't have any raspberry
Oh,
cake.
man, I was so excited for a second. I was like, wait a minute, did he actually go get one?
God, I wish.
I'm moving right along, though. It is also Mutt Day.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so this is just celebrating, dogs that are not like this specific whatever purebred.
Well, that's
So-
called inbreeding. And, they discovered way back in the medieval ages that is not a good idea.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible. So, hooray for mutts.
Yeah.
I'd like to think I'm a mutt.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Are you kidding me? I did that whole ancestry thing,
Mm-hmm.
and it turns out there's a large portion of my DNA that's from Saudi Arabia.
Really?
And my whole life I was told I was Scandinavian and German, which I am. But, where was the milkman? Well, I mean, in the lineage.
He was a Viking.
Well, yeah.
Well,
Duh.
it's funny. Speaking of which, though, I did that too, and half of mine is Eastern European Jew, the other half is Western European Jew,
Oh.
and then a little bit of Scandinavian.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, he's full-blown-zy.
You're moving right along. Don't ever say I'm full-blown-zy ever.
I'm Jewish.
I guess that's okay.
It's not a bad thing.
Oh, and lastly, but certainly not leastly, today is also Get Gnarly Day.
Oh, get gnarly, dude.
So basically, this Totally.
Yeah.
I was fighting to do that, actually. It's like, no, I'm just going to hold my hands. You're like, I'm going for
You
it.
know I can't control myself.
This is true. But today is a day to celebrate throwing out old ways and celebrating new ways, to get gnarly on something. So I feel like that's kind of apropos today. It's like there's some old
Absolutely.
ways that we got to get rid of, and there's some new ways we got to get working on. Evening beverages.
Hey, man. Here's to getting gnarly.
Clankies.
That holiday's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
And those are the holidays for today because every day is a holiday. Yeah. And now it's time for what famous people were born today because famous people were born every day. So our first famous birthday of today is Mark Cuban.
Oh, Mark Cuban. Yeah, Shark Tank dude, right?
Yeah, oh my God, you actually got something this time. But yeah. He's totally on Shark Tank. Like,
Okay.
huge entrepreneur. He owns a sports team. I don't care.
Yeah, I can't remember. It was like it's a fairly smaller team.
I don't know.
He owns stuff.
Yeah, he does. He
Yeah.
has a lot of money and he owns stuff. And
Happy birthday, Mark Cuban.
happy birthday, Mark Cuban.
Clinkies.
We're waiting for your check.
Please.
Moving right along, it is also Wesley Snipes' birthday.
Oh, man, the one, the only. Blade.
Oh, man, totally. Yeah, it's almost a toss-up between, actually, that movie, Blade, Demolition Man, or Tu Wong Fu.
Oh, okay, ladies and gentlemen, Tu Wong Fu, thanks for the memories, Julie Nunemeyer? Or thanks for everything?
I think it's Thanks for Everything.
I think it's Thanks for Everything.
Is
Is possibly one of my favorite movies of all time.
Well, it's got Wesley Snipes. It's got The Sways.
Oh. And John Leguizamo.
And John Leguizamo.
And we'll let all of you, if you haven't seen the movie, discover why it's so great.
Oh, man.
I'm not going to spoil it. Are you?
No way. No. Treat yourself. Treat yourself to that movie. Like, if you have never heard of it before, like, I wish I could be in the room with you while you watch
just
it.
a fly on the wall.
And lastly, but not leastly, it is Geraldine Chaplin's birthday.
Charlie Chaplin's daughter.
Yes!
Dude.
Wow! 3 out of 3, dude. I am clinkies, bro.
Thanks, man.
So for those of you that don't know, Geraldine Chaplin is Charlie Chaplin's daughter. And I think she played his mom in the movie with Robert Downey Jr.
It sounds right. Of Chaplin, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
That sounds right.
And those were the famous people that were born today because famous people were born sometimes.
Oh, that was a mashup. I had to pull something, I think.
Yeah, man. Keeping you on your toes.
Hey, I know, it's me. We rehearse, ladies and gentlemen.
Ad-libbing. Oh, and now it's time for a moment in history. So today...
Sorry, I was daydreaming.
So today's moment in history actually is pretty fun. On this date, in 1703, there was this guy who was sentenced to 3 days in the pillory.
Oh, yeah, okay, so, guys, don't feel bad if you don't know this. I just learned what the pillory was. We all know what they are, but it's the actual word for it isn't. So, the pillory is...
So basically, if you've ever heard of the word like stockades, the things that you put your hands through and your head through and like people throw shit at you, that's a pillory. So he was sentenced to 3 days, an hour each day, to be in the pillory. And like I said, people throw stuff like anywhere from like mud to dead cats to rocks to pans to stools to bread to apples to churches.
Church?
But,
Who's doing a church? What is the Hulk?
But what's cool though is that what his friends end up doing is they basically just were throwing flowers at him.
Oh,
and then a bunch of his other friends were not. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the whole reason why he's in this pillory is because he ended up writing this satirical piece. Mocking people that are actually like super religious, and like he posed as like a super religious, super rich person who was like, if you're not super rich and super religious, you should be banished or hung. And all the rich religious people were like, yeah.
Turned out he was like, oh no, what did I do?
Yeah, he's like, no, I was making a joke. And so so they put him in the pillory 3 hours total. But while his friends were throwing flowers at him, his other friends were actually not only selling the piece that got him arrested, but a piece called the Ode to the Pillory, like for that, it was like a big like and then but unfortunately though after that he ended up getting fined, and like
Sure.
the fines all pretty much made him bankrupt. And then his government came to him and they were like, hey, do you want to write some good stuff about us but also be a spy for us?
Oh,
And so he was. And then a little bit after, he ended up writing Robinson Crusoe.
how cool is that?
I know, right?
Such a great story.
Yeah, moment in history.
Yeah.
Evening beverages. Clinkies.
Clanky clank.
All right. Ooh. And now it's time for a new segment because Dan is no longer with us drinking water. He's drinking something else by himself. But now we have a new segment called Questions for Mabel.
Mabel!
Yeah.
All right. So, first question, Mabel. What are you drinking?
Well,
Cool, man.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Second question, Mabel. What does water become when it is frozen?
ice.
Okay, totally.
She's getting this pretty good.
I know, right?
All
All right,
right.
next question. Speaking of Frozen, who is your favorite character in the movie Frozen?
Oh.
Uh,
Of course.
I see. I feel like you're either like a Anna person, an Elsa person, or an Olaf person.
Sure, you don't laugh.
Well, yeah. You're Sven.
I know.
I think that's the reindeer.
I know it is.
All right, sorry, we're getting off topic. So Mabel, speaking of all that, how do you feel about ISIS?
Oh.
Sorry, sorry,
Why would you do that?
sorry, too political. All right, sorry. Do you have time for one more question?
no.
All right, I understand.
Sure.
But Mabel, thank you. We'll see you next episode, and
Bye, Mabel.
See
That was fun.
totally. I love my niece.
She's so cute.
And ooh, now it's time for a word from a sponsor.
Ah, enjoy.
Are you always forgetting your mask?
I'm always forgetting my mask.
Lucky for you, there's the reminder.
Put your mask on.
It's helpful at home.
Hey, don't forget your mask. Put your mask on.
You can take it anywhere.
Put your mask on. Wash your hands.
But if you act now, we'll include the distancer.
6 feet apart.
And if that's not enough, we have the reminder extreme.
Put your mask on! Don't forget your mask! Put your mask on! Put your mask on! Wash your hands! 6 feet apart! 6 feet apart!
Dude, I actually heard that for $9.99 you can get an app where he'll text you.
Oh man, that'd be so cool. I need that. I forget my mask all the time.
Yeah, you do.
I know. I leave the house and like 10 minutes later, I'm like, gosh darn it, they know exactly what I'm doing.
Well, yeah, it's just the next thing of like, oh, well, you got to check yourself.
Right.
Wallet, phone, keys, mask.
Yep. Get it together, people.
And now it's time for a movie review.
Oh man, so excited about this one.
Absolutely. So I chose the movie this time, knowing that Alex here is a big fan of Western movies.
Love them.
And I asked him about this particular movie if he'd ever seen it, and he had not.
I didn't know it existed, guys.
Most people don't know this movie exists, but they should for a few reasons. One of them is Kevin Kline.
Yep.
Another one is
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner.
Yep.
Another one is Danny Glover.
Yep.
Another one is Jeff Goldblum.
Yep.
Another one is Brian Dennehy.
Yep.
Like,
Well, I mean, come on, man. That's Tommy Boy's dad.
oh wait, did I also mention that John Cleese is in it too?
Oh,
And
I forgot about John
Rosario
Cleese's character.
Arquette's in it too, and Linda Hunt's in it too. Oh my god, I love Linda Hunt. Like, oh man,
So good. She does such an excellent job. in this
they
film.
all do an excellent job.
They
Like,
do.
like it is a amazing like Western story.
It
Like
is.
if you love cowboy movies and you love these actors, treat yourself.
Yes,
Like why are
truly.
you denying yourself the joys of the universe that are out there? Like we need it now more than ever.
It's great movie. I mean, there's so many different quotable lines. The
quotable.
the storyline is fantastic. I mean, it sticks to a basic Western, but it's the way the story is told, which is what's so cool.
Totally. Well, it's you feel for the characters 100%, and actually something that I really did appreciate, and I don't know if Tombstone ever did this, but characters of color.
Yeah.
Are a huge part.
Yep.
Like Danny Glover's character.
He's a lead.
Well, he's the lead, but like also like his story with his family,
Right.
And like the people like running his family, like not only from New Orleans to where they were in the movie, but then out of where they were in the movie, like
Chicago, but yeah.
No, he ended up being a butcher in Chicago, but they had a
Oh, look at that.
where they bought their slavery or their freedom,
Right, and then moved out.
Yeah, so they touched on that in the movie, and like they don't do that very often, and so I think it was awesome that like they did that back in like it was the late '80s.
Yeah, right. Progressive.
Yeah, and yeah, some.
It was a great film. If you guys have a chance,
so good.
Please go see it. But you know, it's
On a scale of 1 to 10 drinks, how many drinks would you take to like get through the movie?
well, I'm thinking 1 to 2 for sure.
Ah, man, for me it's 0 to 1.
Okay,
Like-
we can settle on 1. How about that?
Deal.
Cool.
Clinkies.
Clinks.
That's good luck.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, and speaking of movies, we actually stumbled upon this trailer for a movie that's coming out.
Dude,
I think it was on like BBC or something like that.
I'm super excited about it.
I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, take a look.
I know you did it, I just can't prove it. Huh. Once again, this doesn't make any sense, but it all comes down to Keith Richards. Does that make sense? Keith Richards, that's...
Wow.
Oh man, I hope he finds them.
I know, man. I wonder how it ends.
I don't know. We'll find out though.
Oh boy, we're Ridiculous. Oh, speaking of ridiculous, now it's time to ask Dylan what the weather's like.
Hey, Dylan!
What's the weather like?
Guys, it's raining. Do I still have to keep doing this? It's raining. Look, yes, it's raining. I'm done.
Dude, you gotta stop doing this to him.
He volunteered.
Okay, 37 times?
Well, yeah, that was that was last week. This week it was 36.
Poor guy.
He loves it.
It's true.
And moving right along. Oh, now it's time to talk about things we miss.
Oh, yeah. What do you miss this? What do you miss this episode?
Honestly, I mean, I've been missing this since like everything, started falling apart.
Sure.
But I miss the theater. Like not just the movie theater, we talked about that.
Right.
But actual like
Performance.
yeah, like
Yeah.
well, being in theater, going to theater, like and actually like what's nice though is they are starting back up with they're actually having some staged readings
Yes.
where they actually do have an audience where social distancing and masks are required.
Right.
And actually that's kind of why I wanted to talk about things that I miss is because it's possible for it to happen.
It
It's
is.
not going to die. Like,
is.
we can keep going. So
Well, it's really cool. So my sister is in graduate school, and she's in this really prestigious program. And they've done some really neat steps to kind of ensure everyone's safety, but also still be able to produce the art the way that they want to produce it, right? So they've been making leaps and bounds, and they've been doing a really, really great job. So it's just really cool to see like the community coming together and just ensuring that the survival and the ability to enjoy something like this is going to be around, and there's no way that's going away.
and I mean that's the magic of theater is that like I think that's a testament as to how powerful it is and how much we need it is that it's never going to go away.
Right.
Like those of us that I mean we all love it, but those of us that are the song singers and the jugglers and whatevers and all the people that create that magic, like
Right.
we're never gonna let that die.
No.
Like so that's kind of inspiring.
So we miss it now, and we'll probably see it again, but just in a different light,
Yeah.
which is going to be great.
Yeah, change is a beautiful thing.
Hey, man, it's getting gnarly.
Yeah! Wow! Full circle. Dude, what is it? Like, I am so impressed. You did your homework. All right. Ooh. And now it's time to take a glimpse into the future. This Melvodica Zisusea.
Baby, you're on!
Oh, there you are, my little puppets. Oh, Melvodica was just, was just medicating,
You know what you're doing, babe. Just move on.
Okay. So, it is time for another look into the crystal ball, where the future is known, and all secrets revealed. Let me see what is being told of the future on this night. Whoa, that's so cool.
Babe, hey, babe, focus!
Oh, yes, the future. Let's see. The crystal shows me. Rain. Lots and lots of rain.
What's it mean, babe?
I don't know. I just read it. I don't interpret it.
Get to the letters, baby. The letters!
Okay, the letters. That. Here's one from Admiring Vatcha. Dear Melvodica, will alcohol save me from being infected by the coronavirus? Signed, asking for a friend. Well, as it happens, the crystal ball is telling me, yes, if you will take enough of the right one. It is telling me, vodka.
Hold up the bottle, baby. They're our sponsor this week.
A little bit of this every hour, and you will not notice any virus. You will not notice anything for that matter, but so what?
Time for one more, baby.
Oh, yes. One more. Melvodica, I did what you told me to do with my money. The stock market is too cuckoo, so I've buried all of my savings where you told me to. The right back corner of this vacant spot at 2042 Pine Street. When will it be safe to go and dig it up again? Signed, it's a couple million. Well, my darling, you did the right thing. But, Melvodica, we'll need time to look into the crystal ball to answer the question, and well, she has somewhere to go, and very, very quickly. Tune in for the next episode, and I will see you all in the future. Hey, Igor! You got the shovels?
It's Igor! And yeah, I got him.
I'll get the car!
Dude, get your shovel.
Okay.
Oh, man.
I don't have a shovel. It's with the cake.
The shovel's in the cake. The shovel's in the cake.
It's like trying to break out of jail with a nail file.
Oh my gosh, I totally see the visual of the cake and the handle and the spade sticking out on either side.
It's just, it's like this long, the cake's. I have an imagination.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful
I'm
thing.
like a child.
All right, Peter Pan.
Yep.
So speaking of which, now I had a great time this episode.
I had a fabulous time, man.
We hope you had a great time too.
Yeah.
But now we ask that you join us all for the dance break.
All right.
Oh. Yeah, just feel the beat.
Man, this is good. You know what I want? Ooh, God. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everybody, I'm Alex Kruger,
And I'm Matthias Mallow.
and we hope you have a great time with this episode, and we will see you next time, my friends.
Clinkies!